Welcome to Fear Babes Podcast, a paranormal podcast founded and hosted by Fear fan members.
All thoughts and opinions are strictly our own, and we are not affiliated with any shows in any way.
My name is Burgundy.
My name is Madeline.
And we are
the Fear Babes. Hello. That sounded really bad. Okay.
At least not
What's up, babes? How are you? I don't know who I was channeling. I don't know if it was like Nickelback or what, but it was not very Disney.
How are you?
Where are you?
Yeah, that's what I was like. What does that make me think of? Oh, where are you? That's so funny.
Do you think I'd be good at that? Just be like the lead singer of like a random ass fucking band and just be like, yeah,
do it.
Yeah,
live your gosh dang dreams.
I used to want to be a singer when I was younger, but then
same. But the difference between me and you is you're actually good at singing.
When I try hard enough.
I can rap. I can rap
to
other people's rap songs. I can't make up my own.
Yeah.
Save my life.
Dude, rap songs are like my crack, you know? Like, that shit fucks hard, and I love it.
You know how we were like talking to Sheena about our trip, and we're like, we gotta make a road trip playlist.
Yeah.
I hope you guys are prepared for the whiplash that's gonna come out of my playlist.
Dude, my playlist is intense. It's insane.
You can have everything from like Patsy Cline to like fucking Eminem and everything in between.
Dead ass.
Yeah.
Same. Like, okay. You know what was funny? Okay, our listeners don't know this. So when we were on our road trip, me and Burgy, to go to Pennsylvania.
I was like, wait, which one, Atlanta or Pennsylvania?
For Penhurst.
Okay.
We were leaving DC because we stayed a night in DC, and we had to go through Baltimore. And I was like, oh my god, Baltimore. And if you don't know what that's from, that is from the legendary musical Hairspray. So I was like, oh my god, we have got to play the fucking Hairspray album. Kid you not? I have never felt so like, what's even the word for it? Like, I was
so
just
seen,
like,
so heard. So
seen and heard, and being there, like, in Baltimore and hearing "Good Morning Baltimore," and you're just like, "Fuck yeah, this is it. This is everything I've ever fucking
album,
dude." The whole album, dude. Even even Zac Efron's his song.
What song is that? Oh my god, what is it called? I'm gonna look it up really fast.
It's called "It Takes Two."
Yeah,
it takes two, baby.
Yep, we sang all of them.
It takes two. That song, oh my god, it hits me like, oh.
The one he sings at the dance too. We were so theatrical about it too.
Hell yeah, we performed.
Ladies' Choice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For the ladies' choice.
And Big Blonde and Beautiful, even though we're not blonde. It's fine.
Big, blonde, and beautiful.
Yep. We did it all.
Yeah, we even did like the dance to You Can't Stop the Beat, like as best as we could. I mean, I was the driver, so I had to be really careful.
As best as we could. Seat belted into car seats, yeah.
The shit was so fun. Fun. But needless to say, we go from musicals, we were listening to hardcore rap, country. I don't even fucking know. When you're in the car for that long, you just have to listen. You have to switch it up. You have to
entertain yourself. Yeah.
Oh,
and then you remember when we went to Atlanta and we did a Disney sing-along?
Oh my god, yes I do! With Amanda.
Yeah.
Yes. And I went to skip one song and they were like, go back! And I was like, okay, I'm sorry.
I don't know what song it was. It was probably from The Lion King, full disclosure.
No, I don't think so. I think it was Frozen because
of course it was Frozen.
What a lot of people don't know. I mean, like, if you are this far in the podcast, you know that I used to work for Disney. Well, they had certain songs that they played over and over and over again, especially at the holidays. And for whatever reason, I don't know if it's because the theme of it was ice and cold and wintry, but they would always play Let It Go on the Christmas soundtrack. And it got to the point where I could not stand it. Like, I was like, play it one more fucking time.
It's like when you when people work retail and they play Christmas music over and over again. Dude, I told when I was in band in high school, every year we always did what is the what is that song called?
Oh yeah. I know what you're
Anyways,
talking about.
I forget the name of it because it's like I'm
iconic.
trying to block it from my memory. So yeah, it would come on at work and I would be like, Stairs and Trauma.
Well, here's the thing though, is that like I was in choir, and so because I was in choir, we did our winter shows with the band. So they had to do that every single year because it's like this whole thing where it's like it's a necessity to do it every single year. And I'm like, if I hear this song one more time, because it would be like our practices would be joint right before the actual show. And yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Is it Sleigh Ride? It's Sleigh Ride, isn't it?
Just hear those sleigh bells twinkling, twinkling, twinkling too.
Yeah, that song.
That's it, right?
Yeah,
but they just don't sing it.
Yeah. It's the title of it is Sleigh Ride. Yep, that do be the one.
Wait, what did you play in band?
Clarinet.
I don't even know.
Squidward.
Could you still do it
now?
Yeah.
I can play it well enough it doesn't make your ears bleed, but I don't think I could play a song.
Okay, well, I know what we're going to do for Wyoming.
Oh my god. I mean, I have my clarinet. I still have it.
You should have it at the airport.
You walk in, I'm like,
because by that time I'll
play hot cross buns as you walk in.
That'd be
That's all I could probably do right now.
Dude, I would fucking get down to that shit. I'd start twerking right there in the airport, being like, hell yeah, dude, hot cross buns.
I still bust it out every now and then just for like nostalgic purposes, but I'd have to like relearn how to read sheet music and stuff.
Dude, that's what people
Diesel freaks out though.
That's what people don't get though, is that like I have never been able to read sheet music. And that's like important for choir, especially since I was on the advanced level, and I literally faked it until I made it. Well, I didn't ever make it. I could not read music to save my life. I have no idea how people do it. It's one of those things I just never got.
So you just did it by ear, basically?
Yeah, I did it by ear.
Dawn's like that. So Dawn, like, I don't know if he still has a saxophone. We'll have to find out. But he never learned sheet music either. He would just play by ear. So he could like take out his saxophone if he still had it, and like listen to a song and play along with it, and like it would sound really good.
Legend.
But
it's hard.
Do you want to hear something funny?
Yeah.
I never put that much effort into it. Because like when I started in middle school, right? And our middle school band teacher didn't really actually care that much. So like mostly band was just like a fuck around class. It wasn't like a we're doing shit class, right? Because I lived in Gillette, Wyoming at the time, and if anybody knows Wyoming, Gillette's like the fucking armpit of Wyoming. Anyways, we all hate it. We all hate Gillette. Trauma. Okay, anyways, so like when I moved from Gillette to Casper, I was in 10th grade. Like I started in Casper in 10th grade, and the band here, like, so we have two high schools. We have Kelly Walsh and we have Natrona County. And like we were told, if you want sports, you go to Natrona County. If you want academics, you go to Kelly Walsh. And so I was in band. Tade was in choir or theater. I think he was in choir for I don't know, actually. He did theater, I know that much. So we were not like sports kids, right? We were academic kids. So we went to Kelly Walsh. And the band here was like actually really good. So I just never like put that much effort into it. And so I was always like, I don't know, 8th chair, 12th chair, clarinet, whatever. Well, senior year of high school, I was like, what if I actually tried? Like, I don't know why, but I was like, what if I actually put effort into this my last year of high school? And I ended up being 3rd chair.
Whoa.
And there was like 15 of us at that time. I was like, oh shit, I probably could have been really good at this if I would have tried harder.
Dude, okay, so like we have this one school, it's an art school in our county, And obviously it's a high school, so you apply to it like when you're in 8th grade. And I knew that we were going to move. I wasn't going to be going to the middle school that I went to. I wasn't going to be going to that same high school with the same people and stuff. I knew I was going to be moving back to where I'm from. I was really hesitant. So I was like, if I'm going to have to switch schools anyway, like I want to do a school that I would probably enjoy, because it was a technology and art school. They did like theater, choir, like on the like professional level. Like it was a whole thing. We did this like theater program called NCTC, and they would always place, obviously. It was like a theater conference, a North Carolina theater conference. And I wanted to go so bad, dude, but like you have to have like your own transportation to go to the school, and it just was not going to be possible. It would have just been way too far out of the way for my mom. And so I was so sad. I was like, oh, I go to this school. But, you know, I didn't, because I was heavily into the arts. Like I was in choir, I was in theater. I was in theater a lot, all 4 years. Did like the honors, went to competitions, like all that stuff. It was so fun, but I did it with my high school instead of like the technology and art school. It was fun regardless, but I really did want to go to like a school that specialized in that kind of stuff. And yeah, instead I did get solos in choir though.
That's cool. I love that.
Hell yeah. I did Ariana Grande's Santa Babe, or oh my God, Santa Tell Me.
Really?
Do you know that song?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I
love that.
Okay, so I'm a soprano, but I'm more of an alto. And so that song was kind of a little challenging for me because she goes so high at some points. And I was like, ah, fuck. But my choir teacher, she was like, you're doing great, sweetie. You're doing great. And I did a run, and she was like, that was really good. I was like, oh, thanks. I've just been practicing every day for the last like 3 weeks to make sure that I could do this run
in front of the audience, right? Yeah.
Hell yeah. But then I tanked in front of the audience. That's another thing. Just let's move on. We're talking about trauma.
Oh no. Trauma again. I was in middle school. We did this like, I don't know, they called it a special gifted choir or whatever.
Yeah.
I honestly don't know how I got into that. It might have been one of those things like I think it was in 6th grade. So in Wyoming, in Gillette, 6th grade was still elementary school. I think
Weird.
that it might have been one of those things where like everybody was allowed type of thing, you know? But if I don't know. That was a long time ago. Anyways, so I was in it and we did this song that was written by a survivor of the Holocaust, I think. And it was a very somber song, and it was like obviously in a different language that we had to learn, and like just the song part, you know. And we did this one part of the song, and it was like a high C. And we had practiced. There was like a special choir that was only like 3 or 4 weeks long. So you just like practice like 3 times a week together, and then we did a concert, and then that was it, right? And so ever since then, dude, I can't do high notes to save my life. Like I'm like, nope, I can't.
Dude, it's
my
hard.
Voice is like shot.
Yeah. And sometimes if I don't like warm my vocal cords up, I will literally like destroy like my throat for the day. It's like, no, you went too high too quick and you're done. Like you're done. I don't know how that works. I don't get it, but like sometimes I'll be singing, you know, through the house and shit, and I'll hit like a really, really high note, and I'm like, oh yeah, and then I go to do it again, and I'm like, not gonna happen again for the rest of the day.
You're like,
yeah, it's like, and I'm like, oh fuck.
Yeah, it sucks.
But those were the days, man. Those were the days.
But so you only did choir, you never played any instruments? Sorry, you were gonna say something.
No, I didn't. In 5th grade, okay, so my mom did choir in high school, or not choir. Oh my God, my mom did band in middle school and high school, and in 5th grade, which was the last year of elementary school for me, they asked, you know, like, do you want to like go and be in the band? And my mom wanted me to, but she didn't want to pressure me into it. I told her, I was like, I don't think it's my thing. I was more into choir and stuff. All that I didn't get into until high school. In middle school, I don't know. I felt like everything was kind of cliquey.
Yeah.
And so I was just like, hard pass. I think I'm just going to fantasize over Justin Bieber.
That's funny.
So I don't know. I'm definitely an arts and academic girly. I just, you know, I was always the little nerd reading her books and shit like that. So
cute.
I know.
I started in orchestra. I started with violin.
Really?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah, dude. I still have a violin too. It's purple. I did violin for like 2 years, and then I had to quit orchestra because I was getting bullied. And so, make this make sense. I was getting bullied, so the school counselor made me quit orchestra.
Yeah, that makes no sense.
Anyways, yeah.
That was always their solution, though, is that, like, if you were the one getting bullied and shit, they would be like, well, I guess since you're affected by these other children, you should be the one to leave.
Isn't that
like, fuck out of here.
It's so fucked up. I'm like, what if I was like a violin prodigy
exactly,
and you just fucking ruined it for me, bitch? No,
exactly.
So,
dude, let me just say, if I act like I was like I wasn't necessarily the quiet girl, but if I just did what I needed to do, you know, at school, I was still loud and obnoxious to an extent, but I wasn't ever bullied because I think people were scared of me. And if I had been at school with you, I would have... you would not have been bullied. That's all I'm going to say. Because I would be like, grow up. Like, no one cares that your ego is so fragile. Grow up.
I just always got ganged up on, and so like my thing was I would just never really react to them that much. So, and that just makes them like more mad, right? So I would just be like, ignoring them. But there was one time in middle school I was being bullied, and I was a stupid ass, and I let my friend send my bully a pretty wordy text from my phone, and they lived down the street from me, so their parents came to my house and talked to my parents. And they got my phone taken away for a month. And my mom's like, you're fucking dumb, dude. Like, if you're going to say stuff, say it in person or don't put it in writing. Like, so I was like, cool. And I was like, it wasn't even me. And she's like, well, you still let your friends send it from your phone. So I almost name dropped. I was like, I won't do that. My mom's like, here's what you're going to do. You're going to go to school tomorrow and you're going to walk up to bully's name, insert bully's name here. And you're going to be like, listen, in a month from now, I'm going to get my phone back. But in a month from now, you're going to still be a bitch. And so I did it the next day. I went to school. We were in the cafeteria before school starts. And I walked up to her and I was like, yo, in a month from now, I'm going to get my phone back. But a month from now, you're going to still be a bitch. And she just like glaring me down. And there's like 30 people around us like, oh, shit. And I just walked away. And then my friend who sent the text from my phone, she's like, yeah. And then the bullies started screaming at her. So that was a fun time.
Dude, that
was in like awesome. 7th grade.
The redemption of that, I know that felt good.
And then I told them,
I
like, I did it. And she's like, proud of you. So, dude, anyways. School bullies, like if you were a bully in school, suck my dick. Like, literally. I'm not saying suck my big toe, suck my fucking dick. Yeah. How dare you, first of all. Mm-hmm. Because I think that was my problem in middle school, is that like, or just in general, my whole life, I have just been always just a no bullshit kind of person. Like I can't handle just the stupidity of other people. So it's like, I don't care what you say to me. It's not going to affect me the way you want it to. So like, shut the fuck up. Yeah. Like, shut the Literally. Fuck up. And there was way too many people at my middle school that just thought that they were better than everybody else because their family had a lot of money, like a lot of these popular kids. And I was like, suck my dick. You think I care about any of that? Any of it? No. I'm too busy fantasizing, like I said, about Justin Bieber. Yeah. Twilight. About how much I'm Team Jacob and going to the midnight premieres. Do you think I care about whether or not your family has money?
Oh God.
Right.
You're funny.
I just always been like I said, I just kind of want to like feed into their bullshit. Like, I never really was a confrontational person, but I was also like, you're bullying me because you have problems with yourself, like type of person. So I just like, because I just don't get the point of it. I'm like, why would you go out of your way to be mean to somebody? What is that?
It does not make any sense to me.
Yeah.
I have never gotten it. And anytime I would ever see shit like that, like especially with people that they were just so nice and they couldn't like defend themselves, and I would just be like, what is your deal, dude? Like, I'm not even confrontational, but what's your deal?
Yeah.
Like,
I definitely
grow
would,
up.
I would befriend people who are bullied. Because I was like, listen.
Yeah. I will protect you.
Yeah. They're insecure with themselves. That's why they're bullying you. Just fucking ignore that shit. Like, fucking bitches.
Oh my God.
There's been a few times, though, I've witnessed bullying, and I'm like, are you serious right now? Like, what purpose is this serving you at this point? Like,
it's just like kids being kids, but at the same time, it's like at some point you have to acknowledge like that you're being a little piece of shit and you need to grow the fuck up.
Yeah, honestly.
Oh, what was I going to say? Oh, real quick side note before we get into this. I love going down memory lane.
I feel like we should just keep going on this podcast with like, we're just talking shit today. Just like no real purpose. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Like, we're like 20 minutes in already.
I know, this is insane. My 8th grade crush.
Yeah.
He dated this girl that was kind of a bully, and I was like, what the fuck, dude? Why? Oh my God. Could you imagine like middle school us?
Oh my God.
If we had known about short films, do you think we would have met each other sooner?
You know what's wild? So where they lived, like, I was up there all the time in that general area because of my stepmother's family. Yeah. Like, it is quite possible that I like crossed paths with them at some point in my younger years without even realizing it.
That's wild. You know what I was thinking about though?
What?
So like, now this is a stretch. But a part of me wonders, because I spent so much of my time on YouTube, especially with like smaller creators, just like watching the most random shit. And a part of me wonders if I had watched a video or two of theirs because their videos look familiar to me.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
You get what I mean? Like, can't explain it, don't understand. But to me, it was like, I feel like I've watched this before.
Right.
I know for sure I had seen the Ghost Adventures spoof. I knew for a fact I had seen that.
I think I had only seen it because of Ghost Adventures.
Exactly, same.
Yeah, yeah.
It's kind of wild to think about, actually.
Yeah, well, you know what's weird is I have this vague memory because like one time we went to the Mall of America. I had this vague memory of some teenagers walking around like filming something, and I was like, what the fuck are those people doing? But we're just like walking through, right? So like, out of sight, out of mind. It's like a 3-second thing. I was like, well, that's fucking weird. And I was like, what if that was them? Like the whole time. And I just never knew it. Isn't that weird?
It definitely could have been. Because that was not a thing at the time. Like when we were in like younger.
It was less common.
Filming.
Yeah,
it was far less
if you saw that, you would be like, what the fuck? Like,
you know what's insane though? You and I, when we met each other at the airport back in New Jersey. For this last time, like a couple months ago.
Yeah.
And do you remember those guys that were standing to the right of us recording?
No.
Like vlogging?
No, I don't.
I wonder if you were there yet then. Because there were these two guys, they were vlogging, and I was staring at them because I was like, do I know them? Like, have I seen them before? Like, why are they recording?
Have I seen them on TikTok?
Yeah, like literally, I don't know, but they had like the full out vlog cameras. They had the mics on them. They had like everything. And I was like, oh my God, like this is such a common thing now. Even like 10 years ago, it was just not a thing. Really, I think people were more focused on like the camera phone being more of a hot commodity than carrying around like a camera.
Right.
So I don't know. Like, you never know. You never know.
Well, and because, like, Chad and Eliza lived in Iowa for so long. And then her family members all lived in, like, Minnesota. So, like, variations of Minnesota. When I first came upon these guys, I was like, holy shit, dude. Like, we've probably, like, crossed paths and never even, like, realized. Because her brother lived in a tiny town on the edge of like the Twin Cities.
Interesting. See, that's the thing about the Midwest. I have no idea anything about the Midwest, how the Midwest works. I feel like everybody that lives in the Midwest has been to other Midwest states. I don't know how to explain it, but it's like here where I am in the South, it's not like we like go any further than where we're at. I don't know. Like everybody that was born here stays here almost. And it's like, ooh.
I've noticed that about the East Coast.
It's true though. And it's like I was going through like my ancestry, which is very fascinating to me. And my family has lived in this area, like my dad's side especially, for like a long time. A long time. So it's like they just have never moved. All of them. Everybody from like centuries ago, they've just spread out to like maybe 30 minutes down the road or maybe an hour up the road, but they've stayed in this general area within like a 2-hour radius. And it's like, that is just so fascinating to me.
Isn't that wild?
Like, I don't know. Like when you said that they spread, some of them were in Minnesota and Iowa and stuff. And I'm like, no, it wouldn't happen here.
Yeah.
Like Minnesota. Have you seen that lady that does the Minnesota salads?
No.
You haven't seen her?
No.
Oh my God, I have to send you her. I love her. She's like, we're going to make some Minnesota salads today. And I'm like,
funny.
oh yeah.
You should,
well, yeah.
When Wendith West, so for anybody that doesn't know that's listening, our Mads' mom and my mom, they're both named Wendy. So then Aubrey, my manager at work, she listens to the podcast, and so she's deemed them Wendith West and Wendith East. So that's what we call them.
So funny.
I know. When Wendith West gets a little bit tipsy, because she grew up in like South Dakota, Minnesota area, Iowa, right? Her Minnesotan comes out, okay? And so she'll start talking, and she's got to get her coat and her boots and go out on the lake.
What the fuck?
It's so funny, dude. It's like, what the fuck? And then if she does it, I do it. And so if we get to watching like Project Fear or like Destination Fear too much, like that one time I had that birthday party and it was like, what? 3 seasons were out already. Mm-hmm. And I had my birthday party and all we did was watch it for 3 days in a row. It's so bad, dude, because like Chelsea and Tanner have it thick, right? So we get to watching it for too much and then we're both talking like that. Get a little bit of the Minnesotan in there.
But it's true, like I've said like many times, is that like this accent that I'm speaking with is not even my real accent. Mm-hmm. Like it's insane. It's like I just it doles out when I speak to other people who are not from here. But when I speak to people who are from here, like if I'm around Sierra, I turn into like a country bumpkin. Like, because Sierra, she has a really, really thick, because she's from the Appalachian Mountains here in North Carolina. So they have really, really thick accents. And, of course, if I'm around her too much, me and her will be just talking like this all day. We'll just, I don't know what in the world's going on with that. But, like that's literally my real accent. Mm-hmm. And it's funny how accents work, though. It's
I know. Dude, I'm such a fucking accent morpher too.
It's true. When we were all together for the very first time
in Jersey, oh my God,
we had Southern, Midwest, and Northern accents mixed together, along with the cinematic accent.
I was gonna say, and then we would do the cinematic accent, and then I'm like, we just made up like our own way of talking in a sense, because it all morphed together into like one thing.
I can't even think about how we even did it. I don't even know if I can even do it again.
Do you remember that one time we called my parents and my mom was like, oh my gosh, I feel like I'm watching Jersey Shore right now. She's like, I can't even talk to you. I'm going to hang up the phone.
That's right. She did say that.
I was like, what? It's not that bad. She's like, yes, it's horrible. She's like, when you come home, you can't come over here for like a week. I don't want to hear that. I was like, what is wrong with
me? Me as fuck. Me playing whatchamacallit.
Whatchamacallit? That's a new one.
Whatchamacallit.
Let's say that from now on.
This is not what I want. This is not what I planned. And I just gotta... I was waiting for you to...
Is that from High School Musical?
Yes!
Okay, I was like, at least I got the movie right.
The first one.
I don't actually remember the fucking song, though.
I do not understand. Something's not right. It's from the first one where they're standing in the cafeteria and everybody's like, no, no, no. Stick to the status quo.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Status quo. Okay. At least, dude, I'm shocked that I even knew the movie just based off of your first 2 lines. I was like,
proud of you.
I was like, I know this, but it's very vague. Like, core memory unlocked.
Dude, my favorite song, which we've talked about this on the podcast before, High School Musical 2.
Yep.
Huma Huma Nuku Nuku Apua'a.
Huma Huma Nuku Nuku Apua'a.
Slam dunk for me.
I love how that first time I said that, you were like, wait, that's a real fish?
I had no fucking idea.
Hawaiian
no
state
fucking
fish.
idea. But it makes sense because she was talking about my fresh fish prince.
Yeah.
So
imagine my surprise when I went to Maui when I was 16 years old, and I went to the Maui Ocean Center. And I saw a picture of a Huma Huma Nuka Nuka Apawa'a, and I was like, oh my gosh, it's freaking real. It's like seeing a unicorn.
That's insane.
I was like, holy shit. Because I was also like 16, so it was like not long after High School Musical came out, and I was like still, I was obsessed with High School Musical. That and Camp Rock. Man. Oh my gosh, Camp Rock.
Dude, okay, first of all, Camp Rock, I never really could get into it. And like, how everyone had a crush on the Jonas Brothers? I never got it.
Oh yeah, that was why I watched Camp Rock, was because of the Jonas Brothers. Because I was obsessed with Joe Jonas at the time.
Oh, I could see that from you. Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh,
I could so see that.
If this is bringing me back to Tanner saying, "You guys are so predictable."
Well, here's the thing, is that like I was kind of into. Okay, so I have this friend, and we would play like High School Musical together, and she always wanted to be Gabriella because of Troy. And I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I'll be Sharpay. I don't care. Sharpay is more like me anyway. Like, she's theatrical. She's just everything I want to be. So I would always have to play Sharpay. And then we got into Camp Rock, which not me. Like, I wasn't into it. I couldn't even tell you all the songs on the albums. I really couldn't. High School Musical was my laser focus. Mm-hmm. And she wanted me to pick one of the Jonas Brothers. We always said Kevin is out. So it's between Nick and Joe. Yeah. And of course, like, everybody wants to flock to Joe. And she's like, I called Joe, so I guess that leaves you with Nick. Oh, and I was like, rude. Okay, he's cute. And then she's like, you know what? Maybe actually I want Nick. And I was like, okay, I'll take Joe. And she's like, no, actually I want Joe. I was like, which one do you fucking want, bitch?
Pick one, homie.
You can't have both. You know what? No. Fuck it. I'll have Kevin. He's the nicer one anyway.
He's got a good personality, damn it.
I mean, he's not unattractive. I don't understand what people... I don't know. I don't get people. Like, he's a nice guy, and he's, definitely, I feel as though he's the better option of the three, but whatever. So, when you grow up, your priorities change.
Yeah. I think at the time it was just like Kevin was the oldest, and we wanted, like, I just wanted someone more my age, aka Joe.
He was a lot older.
Yeah.
At the time. Yeah. He was like, I think he was like 18, 19 maybe back then. And I was like, I don't know. How old is he? We're going to find out right now.
Let's Google it. How old are the Jonas Brothers?
It's Kevin Jonas. Okay. Kevin's 36. So... Oh my God, Joe is 34.
Oh, see, Joe's older than me too. Nick is also. They're all older than me. Sick. Me, I wanted someone my age as Joe. Nope.
So he was like 19.
Okay, well,
plus 19. Yeah, in like 2006. That's why we were all just kind of like, oh, well,
he's too old. He's an adult.
He's too old.
I can't actually date him as if you'd ever had the chance.
I know! We would sit
He's
there
too
and
old for
actually,
me.
we would debate it. Like Zac Efron, I'd be like, Zac Efron is not that much older, so we could totally date.
Do you remember when 17 Again came out?
Mm-hmm. Do I?
Girl, I was so feral for Zac Efron.
Dude, 17 Again? Okay, it's a good movie overall. Like,
Yeah.
I love that movie. But that changed me as a person.
That's when I became a full-grown woman. No, I'm just kidding.
100%, I can say without a shadow of a doubt. That's not even a weird thing to say.
Like,
I was like,
I like men now. As like
yeah.
Zac Efron is a man now, right? No.
I was like 10, 11 years old, and I was like, yep, this is it for me.
No, we weren't that young. Were you that shit? Were you actually that young when that movie came out?
When did it come out? 2009?
I'm gonna look. Hold on. When did 17 Again with Zac Efron? Because I think it was a remake. Shit, look at you.
2009.
Oh my gosh, are you good at movie trivia?
Probably. See, this is the thing. I have a photographic memory, so I just remember stupid shit that you wouldn't even think twice about.
I love that you have a photographic memory, but then when it comes to conventions, I'm like, Matt, do you remember this? And you're like, oh, wait, what?
You want to know why? Because I don't pay attention enough.
Oh, I'm very
like,
observant.
I'll be like, here I am. I think I'm an observant person, but I don't think I am at the same time. Oh, thanks, brother. You just coughed.
I guess I was 13 when 17 Again came out, and I'm like, I'm a woman now.
I mean, it would make sense to you. For you, it would make sense. And I'm like 11, and I'm like, I'm a woman. I'm a woman through and through.
The scene where she's like where she was like putting her hands in his shirt. I was like, oh my god.
Changed me. I was sweating.
Yep.
I remember sweating. I thought that like I was doing something wrong by watching this movie.
That was like porn for a 13-year-old.
And the funniest part is like as a almost 26-year-old, I was watching the movie not too long ago, and I was like, so where's the porn? Like, why was I such a feral bitch for this? There was not anything crazy about that movie. Nothing. No sex scenes, nothing. It was just completely just normal.
Yeah.
But we made it sex.
But as a teenager, yeah, because Zac Efron was just so attractive.
Fucking hot.
Yeah. Feral. 13-year-old.
Yeah.
Fucking feral for that.
Apparently we're still feral.
I mean, then when they came out with that Baywatch movie, I was like, oh, okay. He's still got it.
Oh, no, there was another movie that it was kind of like once you get a celebrity crush, you want to watch every like thing that they do. Like,
yes,
actors, especially Leonardo DiCaprio.
Me. Oh my gosh, that was me with Tom Holland, dude. After.
Oh yeah, trust me, I believe that.
Anyways, go on.
No, but Leonardo DiCaprio, like he was my first ever celebrity crush, and I would watch anything. And I remember it's because of Titanic. Like my parents had Titanic on the VHS. And remember, it was so long. I don't even know if you know this, but it was so long that they couldn't fit the movie on just one VHS. So it had to come in a 2-pack.
Yeah.
And so I would always just watch the first half, and I would skip the second half because the second half is the sinking. And it was so traumatizing to watch it. Mm-hmm. So after I was watching Titanic, I was like, I need to watch anything and everything this hot ass man is in. And I would watch The Aviator. Like my parents let me watch The Aviator. Do you know that movie?
No.
It's based off, okay.
I've heard of it, but I haven't watched it.
I think it was done. When was it? 2003? 2004. Okay. So it was about the real like pilot Howard Hughes. And it's a good film overall. But as a kid, I was just like, he's hot, but what else am I watching this for? Like, I didn't watch it in 2004, so nobody lose their minds, but it was probably a couple years after that. So I watched any and every movie he was in. The Aviator was one. I've been wanting to watch Revolutionary Road with Kate Winslet. Him and Kate Winslet. Just anything and everything.
Yeah.
Anything and everything. And same
Even
with
if it was like a weird movie, you're just like, I have to watch it because he's in it.
Yeah, Zac Efron, 100%.
That was me with Zac Efron with like Neighbors.
Oh God, yeah, that movie.
I wasn't really interested in the movie itself, but I was like, Zac Efron's in it, so I'm gonna watch it.
Dude, okay. What was that movie? Is it called Charlie St. Cloud? Is that what the movie's called that he was in?
Yeah. Yeah,
and it was like super sad.
Yeah, but because Zach was in it, you're like, I have to watch this.
Oh yeah, I was feral the entire time until I realized the like intensity of this film.
Yeah.
Like it was way deeper than him being hot. So
yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? So it's a movie that I watched once and I won't watch it again because it was really sad.
Mm-hmm. So I'm looking at all Zac Efron movies. He's been in a lot more movies than I originally thought.
Hell yeah. I mean, in his prime, he was in so many movies.
I know. I want to see the Iron Claw. Have you heard of that one?
Yes.
Yeah, it's like a wrestling movie, but I just want to see it.
Yeah, isn't that the brand new one that just came out?
Yeah. Like in January or something. December, January, not that long ago. What was another one that I watched just because Zac Efron was in it, but it was super, super stupid. Mike and Dave Need a Wedding Dates. Yeah.
Dude, that one.
Such a dumb movie. It's funny,
I love
but
movies
I was
like that though.
Yeah.
It's just, they're amazing. I love movies like that.
That's so funny. So random, but back to the musical instruments and stuff. I messaged Donna. I was like, "You still have your saxophone?" He's like, "I do."
Oh, I love that.
He said, let me open it back up. So Tate's birthday party's today, so I was like, Mom, can I ride with you? Because I'm a passenger princess.
Same.
I also don't want to roll up by myself. I'm like, even though it's my brother and it's like my family and everybody's there, I'm like, I don't want to go alone. So Don said, yes, probably needs some work. I don't know how playable it is. But yeah, he still has it.
Awesome. I don't know. It's kind of like learning. Okay, so I was like talking to my friends about this the other day. Is that when I was in high school, this is something that like I rarely have disclosed to anybody past like personal like family members, is that I genuinely was so close to being like entirely fluent in Spanish. Okay.
Really?
And yes. And because in high school, I got like so obsessed with like wanting to learn Spanish. Like I was like, I can do this. Like it comes to me so easy. And Dara, she's Hispanic. So she would also like, we would listen to Hispanic music. I have Cuban family friends that they were like, the best way to learn Spanish is by watching telenovelas. And I was like, oh yeah, let's do it. So like, I would just like, the best way to like learn a new language is just to immerse yourself in like the language itself, to like listen to music, watch the films, watch the movies, watch the shows, like watch anything, listen to anything that you can. And it comes so easy. If that's like something, some people they're just like, I can't do it. And they just don't open their mind, but it's so much easier than you would think. And so I wish so badly that I had kept up with it, because like Dara, we do this book club every month now. And she is teaching, her first language was English, but she is Hispanic, and she's trying to teach her son, he's a toddler now, Spanish and English. So she'll talk to him partially in Spanish when she's talking to us. And I will sit there and I'll be like, I know what she's saying, but like, if I do anything, it's listening the best. Like I can listen to a conversation. I'm talking like now, and like know for the most part of what they're saying. I just can't respond. Mm-hmm. Like, I'll just be like, okay. Like, you'll be like speaking, and I'll be like, okay, yeah, okay. So pretty much what they said was, and I used to be so much better about that, but I wish I hadn't fallen off. And I just feel like that's kind of comparable to like instruments. Like if you do it all the time, you do it every day, and then you just stop. It's like, it may come back naturally, like with certain things and like certain words, or in regard to instruments, like in your fingers, like you can tell like where it's supposed to go. I don't know, but it's one of those things where I'm just like, I wish I had never stopped, because I really, really wanted to be fluent. Because if at the time, I had told myself, and I still stand by this, if I ever have kids, I'm going to teach them Spanish so they'll be fluent in Spanish.
I love
because
that.
It's an American thing now, where like it's so common for people to speak Spanish that I'm just like, I feel like it would be essential to a child to learn it.
Yeah.
You know, like,
yeah.
That's just me. But I would also like to learn French, but
you have time.
I have time. You can learn it at any point in time. But if I'm going to do anything, I want to be better at Spanish, because I fell off the track.
That's, I feel like it would, like, because you were saying like with instruments, like you could probably pick it up and like it might come back to you. I feel like it'll come back to you, like when you start learning, it'll be easier to learn it this time than it was the time before.
Yeah.
So it's really
100%.
funny is when you were saying that, I was just thinking about this earlier when you were like, it's like you bring your clarinet to the airport to pick me up, and I was like, I gotta play hot cross buns. I actually, like, I could do the finger move, like I could pick up my clarinet right now and probably play hot cross buns. Like, I've been doing the finger movements this whole time we've been talking. Do. Like, I know exactly what keys to press.
Hell
and stuff.
Yeah. I used to play hot cross buns on my recorder.
Yeah. Same.
Oh, so cool.
So you have played a musical instrument before, but that's because they made everybody play recorders.
Well, I have played multiple, but so like we had to do the recorder in like 4th grade, I think. Yeah. And that was just like whatever, like you had to purchase one. Mine was purple. And I thought I was so cool. And I think it was 4th and 5th grade, because I remember having a pink recorder and a purple one. And obviously we had to do it. And then when I got to middle school, our music class, I actually like really enjoyed music class, because he was trying to teach us how to play the piano. What? So we would try to learn how to play the piano. And then I really wanted to learn how to play the guitar, but it just didn't happen.
Okay, so keep going. Sorry.
No, that was it. I just didn't. I do think that it was really cool to like immerse us in the actual, like, he had like little pianos, not like actual like full pianos, but like the little keyboards. Mm-hmm. He had those everywhere throughout his classroom, and it was an assignment, and we had to like play the piano as part of like a test one day, and I was so nervous. Oh. I was like, no, he's gonna grade me for this, and I'm gonna be so mad. Aw. I did good though.
Yeah, I was gonna say, did you do good?
I did.
I thought I had. Okay, so I played violin, and then I went to clarinet, and then I did take 2 years of guitar, and then with Dawn's saxophone. So like clarinet and saxophone are really similar, so they're easy to bounce back and forth on. There's a few differences, but they're pretty similar. So if you can play the clarinet, you could probably pick up a saxophone and play it fairly well. So with Dawn's saxophone, I would just randomly like be like, I just want to play the saxophone, and I would just like sit in my room and just like play one of my clarinet songs on the saxophone.
Hell yeah.
But I used to have, so I have my violin and I have my clarinet. I'm like looking at them right now, like I literally can see them. But I used to have, Tate and I have this guitar that we pass back and forth, because one of us will get like this weird inkling, like I want to relearn the guitar, and So we have one, and then it was at my house for a while, and I think Tate has it now because it's not in here. I thought it was. But obviously, I would see it because guitars are pretty big. But yeah, I must have given it back to my brother. But yeah, I want to learn piano too. Sometimes I'll randomly look up like keyboards on Amazon, see how expensive they are, and be like, should I buy one? I might buy one. I used to have a keyboard too. I would mess around on, but I never actually learned anything. I like wrote with expo marker on the keys what keys they were.
Yeah.
And then I would play. I just like all I had was clarinet sheet music, so I would just grab one of those and I would just play the songs, the notes with the keys.
That reminds me, like, okay, when it comes to like, okay, back it up, because that just gave me like the craziest memory, is that he did, like, our music teacher, he had it written, like the notes written on the keys.
Yeah.
And I feel like it was easier to play an instrument and read music that way than it was to sing and read music.
Yeah.
I don't know how to explain it, but like...
Well, because I don't know if it might not be the same, but I'm bad at reading and talking at the same time, so
same.
It might be kind of like that, maybe.
Well, see, you have to focus on like the letter or the note that it is, like the letter, and like hitting that. It's like, you know that it's do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, and then you're like, that was me pulling your leg for a second though, but you know what I mean. Like, you know that it's do, and then you're like do, and then you're like having to think about it. Like, you can't think about it when you're singing.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, there's a lot that goes into it. Doesn't matter what kind of music you're doing. Like, even with instruments, there's a lot that goes in. Like with a clarinet, it's not just, you don't just pick it up and blow air through it. Like, you have to, like, this is gonna sound weird, Madeline, so you might chuckle because I know you, but you have to use your tongue and do tongue movements with it too. So you have to, like,
I've heard it. My mom played clarinet, I think.
Yeah.
Pretty sure. So she,
I forgot, like, I think there's like a term they use for it, but because you don't want to say you're tonguing your instrument. But yeah,
you're tonguing that clarinet.
Play the proper notes, because there's low C, normal C, and then high C, right?
High C,
you have to play and then there's flats and sharps and all of that shit, and then so you have to do that properly, plus use your fingers properly, plus tongue properly. And yes, we're still talking about instruments. And then
Sorry, I just started playing a random ass video.
Oh, that's so rude. I'm talking.
Sorry.
And then you have to, like, so if you're in marching band, not only did you have to do all that, but then you had to memorize the fucking music. So, because you can't have sheet music out on the field.
Yeah, it's impossible.
Especially in Wyoming, it'll fucking blow away. So,
yeah. Forget it.
Yeah, marching band, I used to get so pissed, dude. I would always be like, marching band is a fucking sport. And people would be like, no, it's not. I'm like, you have no idea. Like, I would get so heated about it.
Valid.
Yeah.
Valid.
Because in marching itself, too, there's like so many rules involved in that as well. So, yeah. Anyways, we don't have to go down that road, but I would get so pissed. I would get so fucking pissed at kids in our high school, because, like, we would go to state competitions and we would win, like, first, second, third place, and, like, never got any recognition for it.
Yeah, that's lame as fuck. You're supposed to.
Yeah.
That just hurts my feelings.
Yeah, I was very defensive.
Well,
I was a very passionate band kid.
I think, like, unless you do it, you have no idea how hard it is. Like, some people would be like, how hard is it to get on a stage and act? Okay, not everybody can act.
Do you have fucking stage fright, bro? Okay.
Like, yeah, it's like, not everybody can get up there and do it. Not everybody can memorize lines. Like, it's an art form to the core. Same with choir, same with band, same with doing actual, literal, physical, like, paintings and stuff like that. I've always admired people who can, because I am not like a painting kind of person. Never have been, but I can totally admire people who can, because it's just not me. But there's so much work that goes into it, that, like I said, unless you do it, you have no idea.
Yeah.
Like, and to do all that kind of stuff, like when you're young, it takes up a lot of time.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of my high school career was spent after school on a fucking stage. Like, it was either acting or singing. So it was one or the two.
Yep.
And, I mean, it's hard. It's hard. There's a lot of work that goes into it. So don't knock it till you try it.
Yeah, that's just anything that anybody does. Like, you have no
I'd
idea
like to see,
how much effort is put in.
Literally, I'd like to see someone either A, play an instrument, or B, stand up on a stage and give like a whole multi-paragraph monologue while
from your memory,
while feeling it, having the emotions behind it, and actually like physically doing the acting with it. That's harder than you think it is, because you're also focused on like making sure that you remember the lines, unless you let that like person, that character, and the words that they're saying become your own, then it makes it easier. But you have to like connect with that character. It's a whole thing. That's why I love acting so much. Because it's like you can envelop and like become someone else entirely.
Yeah.
And it's just so fucking fun.
You know what it is? It's the Pisces in you.
It is 100%.
The whole need for living a fantasy life.
Yeah, literally I live in my head like 24/7. I'm dating like 7 different people in my head right now. So.
Yeah, exactly. Dude, literally us all day, every day. We just like make up scenario. Like, if people could see our text messages, they'd be like, y'all are fucking weird. We're just like, I don't want to live in reality right now. What should we daydream about today?
Dead ass. No, and then
bounce off of each other.
It's like, so me and my boyfriend, Nick Jonas, we decided to go to Five Guys, and we had a burger, and it was awesome.
And fries.
And fries, and everyone was staring at us, and he took so many pictures, and people wanted to take pictures with me, like we were dating. And then like an hour later, so I have a big fat crush on this book guy. His name is so-and-so from the novel. It's just whatever, you gotta live a little or not. Maybe that's not like, living.
Imagine this, like, when we do this thing and this is going to happen, and like, what if this happened, and blah blah blah.
Dead ass. I think too much.
Or we just like, dude, I had this dream last night, and then we just like continue the dream with our own imaginations.
Dead ass.
We're like, wait, what if this though?
I've had so many dreams as of recent where it's just like,
whoa.
That was intense.
What's funny is it's like, I'm always like, I wonder if we ever like actually will grow up. Because I'm over here, I'm like, no, bro, I'm fucking 28. Like, this is nuts. But I still have imaginary friends. But instead of imaginary friends, they're imaginary boyfriends. So
imaginary boyfriends. Yeah, I don't think there's any chance of me getting a real one after this comes out.
No, the ones in my head are too good.
Yeah.
So
nobody can compare. If anybody, all I can say is that like real life dudes are so disappointing, and they're gonna hurt your feelings, even when they try not to. Yep. Or they just don't know because they don't care.
Because I don't fucking care.
I don't care.
Want a penny to a penny, I don't care. I just turned that into hot cross buns, you're welcome.
Me too. That's where I was going with it.
Sick. Same brains. Oh my god. Are our smooth brains becoming one?
Yeah. Probably. Yeah, I think they've been one for a while.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Well,
we did it. It was a fucking hour-long shindig of whatever the fuck that was.
We went into it wanting to talk about the paranormal, and we came out of it singing hot cross buns and talking about tonguing clarinet holes. So
tonguing and fingering. We're talking
clarinet
about
holes.
instruments, you sickos. Fuckers.
Get your head out the gutter, you little fuckers.
Stop being dirty.
So, yeah. I guess this is how we're going to do it sometimes, is instead of being everything so spooky all the time and Project Fear, which fuck those guys, we're just going to say this is our random rendition for the day.
Yeah.
And
every now and then we'll just throw a random one at you.
Here we are. Hope you guys learned a lot about us that you didn't want to know.
Yep. It's like we would just literally used our podcast as a fucking diary. Dear diary, yeah. Today I had a childhood flashback of blah blah blah, and some trauma ensued. Thank you. Okay, thanks. Love you.
Yeah. Okay, thanks. Love you. Maybe not. Bye.
So I guess next week we'll go back to paranormal.
Hell yeah, we will.
Because next week we're gonna have to talk about the Villisca Axe Murder House.
Oh my god, I forgot about that. Yeah. So excited, I guess.
Oh damn, we have to talk about Project Fear again. Yuck.
Oh fuck. God. Those guys and girl. I don't know.
Cool.
Anyway.
So thanks for listening.
I'm gonna go cry now because I don't know why. I think I'm just kidding. I don't
laugh.
I don't know where I was going with that. I just I think I'm gonna go take a nap.
Yeah, I gotta go get ready for a birthday party, so
fuck.
Yeah, tomorrow's my brother's birthday.
Hell yeah. Happy birthday, Tade.
Today's my cousin's birthday.
Happy birthday, Boogie's cousin.
Yeah.
March, there's a lot of March birthdays.
And your birthday is coming up next week, huh?
No.
2 weeks.
Week after.
I keep thinking that we're further in the month than we are.
Me too.
I'm like, shit. It's like, I'm like, we're halfway through March already. Oh, just kidding. It's only the 9th. Whoops.
We kind of almost are.
I know.
Which is insane. But I'm ready. I'm ready for March to be over because then that means tax season is almost over. So.
Tax season. Yeah, I bet you are excited for that. Yeah, and then what was that?
Stop. If I would stop playing fucking videos on my phone, that might help, right?
Are you getting distracted? So I have his birthday, and then your birthday in 2 weeks, and then Easter, and then my mom's birthday, and then like 6 weeks after that, you'll be here.
I know. I'm excited. I'm really excited.
4 or 5. Okay, maybe 8 weeks. I keep trying to rush time. I should probably not do that, huh?
I know. But time flies. Yeah. It'll fly itself.
It'll fly itself until you fly here.
Exactly.
To see me.
Yeah!
I know, Sheena sent me a countdown yesterday. 83 days, Mads.
Hell yeah, motherfucker.
Hell yeah. Okay, well, yeah. That's it, I guess. Next week, we will... Oh, I have one thing I wanted to bring up. Hold on. Let me check the numbers. Really fast. So we have 444 followers on Twitter. I'm not bragging. There's a point to this.
Yeah!
And 278 followers on Instagram. So
yeah!
When we hit 300 on Instagram.
And so 500 on Twitter.
22 more. And then on Twitter, 56 more. Then we will be doing our giveaway.
Yeah! Finally.
I know, it's getting closer. Damn, I'm really upset it hasn't happened yet, just because I want to give shit away.
Yeah, same.
Okay, thanks. Love you. Bye, babes.
Bye, babes. See you next week. Poo poo pee pee doggy doo doo.